everyone, how are you today? I hope you're doing very great. And this video is the feedback of session number 3 that Teacher Raul and I sent you a few weeks back. Okay, so to start, I'm going to share the document. And the start of the class was answering 2 questions. Have you been to the UK? And the possible answers are yes, I have, or no, I haven't. And has your brother or sister done ocean sports? And the possible answers are yes, he or she has, or no, he or she hasn't. Okay, remember that in the third person, he, she, or it, we use has and hasn't. Y recordar que en la tercera persona, he, she, or it, utilizamos has or hasn't. Okay, then you have to work in yes or no questions and short answers in the present perfect. And we're going to check exercise number 1, where you had to write questions and then write the affirmative or the negative short answer. Okay, so number 1, have Flora and Ivan traveled a lot? No, they haven't. We have Flora and Ivan, so they are they. Aquí utilizamos have, ¿cierto? Porque Flora y Iván podemos reemplazarlo por they. And it's negative. Number 2, have I won a prize? I have my verb here in the past participle. And I have because I use I. And the answer is yes, I have. Aquí recordar que las preguntas siempre comienzan con have o has. Luego viene el pronombre, ¿cierto? O los nombres de las personas. Y luego va el verbo en pasado participio. Eso es lo más importante en el presente perfecto. El cambio del verbo. Number 3, has Lucy ridden a horse? No, she hasn't. Here we have has. And we have Lucy that we can replace by she. Then we have number 4, have the children slept in a tent? Yes, they have. Children is always plural. Siempre es plural, por lo tanto utilizamos have. Number 5, have you found your passport? I have the verb changed to found. And no, I haven't. Remember that when you are asked a question, we have to answer with I. Ya, recordad que cuando la pregunta es have you, están preguntando por uno, por lo tanto debo responder con I. And number 6, has Tim been to Canada? Yes, he has. We replace Tim by he. Then we move on to ever and never. Here we have 2 exercises, number 2 and number 3. Okay, so here you have to reorder the questions, and then here you have to write 2 different sentences. Number 1, has your dad ever been to the US? And then you have to answer. Deberían, ¿cierto?, haber ordenado estas oraciones y luego haberlas respondido cada uno según su respuesta. Number 2, have you ever seen a tiger? And has your family ever moved house? Bien, aquí tenemos has, ¿cierto? Porque utilizamos that, he. We have here because we have you. So we have to answer with I. En esta respuesta debemos responder con I. And then has your family? We can replace it by it. That's why it goes with has. Ya, en este caso, your family podemos reemplazar por it, por eso la razón va con has. En esta parte hay que fijarse muy bien dónde está ubicada el ever. Okay, tenemos have or has, ¿cierto? Luego tenemos el sujeto de la oración, your dad, you or your family. Y luego va ever, ¿cierto? Y lo sigue the verb been, seen, or moved. Then we move on to never. Here we have 3 sentences and you have to answer in 2 different ways. Deberían haber respondido de forma negativa en 2 formas. Utilizando el negativo del presente perfecto, ¿cierto? Y utilizando el never, que como ya les dije en una cápsula anterior, da la connotación negativa a la oración. Number 1, my parents haven't met my teacher. ¿Cierto? Que utilizo el negativo y el verbo siempre en participio. And my parents have never met my teacher. En esta oración, ¿cierto? Utilizo have porque my parents es plural. Utilizo never, Recordar que never está escrito en positivo, pero este never le da la connotación negativa y mi verbo sigue estando en participio. Number 2, I haven't run 10 kilometers. I have never run 10 kilometers. And number 3, Alice hasn't eaten Thai food and Alice has never eaten Thai food. We have two different forms to say the same thing. Tenemos dos formas, ¿cierto?, para decir lo mismo en negativo. Okay, so that's it for ever and never.
Okay, hello guys. I hope you are doing really well at home, and it's time for me to continue revising and giving you feedback on your work on the worksheet we sent to you last week. Okay, so the next part of our guide talked about the differences between the past simple and the present perfect. Okay, remember, the past simple is for finished actions that we know exactly when they happened. We know exactly when they happened. Okay, now the present perfect are for actions that happen in the past, but they have a connection with the present, and also to talk about things that we did in the past, but we don't know or we don't care when they happened. Okay, so that's the big difference. That's why they are two separate tenses. And now in this exercise, it was really clear and really straightforward. You had to complete the sentences, these sentences, with the present perfect or simple past forms of the verbs in parentheses. Okay, so tenían que completar las oraciones con ya sea the past simple form, la forma del pasado simple, o the present perfect form del verbo. And to do that, you needed to see if your sentence was in the past, that is, if you knew when it happened, or if you didn't know or don't have information on when it happened. Okay, y allí la clave para resolver este ejercicio era saber si la oración nos daba el tiempo exacto o el momento exacto en el que pasó, o si solamente decía que pasó y no nos daba ninguna actitud en cuándo. Okay, so let's go. Number 1, we see Pat yesterday. Okay, here the key was in the word yesterday. So we know when it happened. If we know when it happened, we needed to use the past simple form. Okay, in this case, saw. Very nice. Number 2, this one was a little tricky because this one was a question. So you needed to remember how to ask questions with the past simple. Why the past simple? Because right here, it's telling me when exactly they got married. They got married in 2012. So if we know when it happened, it is past simple. So the answer was, did they get married? Remember that in past simple we use did, and in questions the verb is the base form. Recuerden que para el pasado simple, al hacer una pregunta ocupamos el did y luego el verbo tiene que ir en la forma base. ¿Ok? Esto es para el pasado simple. Because for the present perfect, as you saw in this guide, the verb is in the past participle, ¿ok? Porque para el presente perfecto, como lo van a ver a continuación en la siguiente pregunta, el verbo tiene que estar en el pasado participio. ¿Ya? Okay, next question. Again, it is a question. And we need to find if there is a time, a specific time when this happened. We read the sentence, Lee ever fly in a helicopter. We don't find any exact moment. If we don't know when it happened, it is present perfect. So, present perfect has, because Lee is a he or a she, I'm not very sure. So, but he or she goes with has. Has Lee ever, because ever goes between the subject and the verb in questions, and then the verb in the past participle, flown, okay? Some of you wrote fly, that was not correct. The correct form was flown. Has Lee ever flown in a helicopter? Very nice. Number 4, Anna school last March. Here, the key was in last March. It is telling us, exactly when it happened. So that's why it is past simple started. And number 5, we only had I and snowboarding. So we didn't know when it happened or when you tried snowboarding. If we don't know when it happened, it is present perfect. That's why I haven't tried the snowboarding, because we have not and tried. I haven't tried snowboarding. So remember, if you know when something happened, it is past simple. When you don't know when something happened, or you don't care when something happened, it is present perfect. Also, remember your verbs, okay? Here we have a list of irregular verbs, okay? We have the base form, the past simple form, and the past participle. Remember, for past simple, we need these forms, okay? The ones in the middle. For the present perfect, we need these forms. The third column, la tercera columna, okay? Para el pasado simple necesitamos esta columna, y para el pasado, perdón, para el presente perfecto ocupamos esta columna. Y también recuerden, si el verbo es regular, porque esta lista es de verbos irregulares, si el verbo es regular, van con ed, bien, nd, tanto en el pasado como en el presente perfecto. Okay, very nice. Let's continue. Now we are at the closure of our class, where you had these 2 think boxes, okay? Tenemos estas 2 think activities. In one, you had to complete the rules the rules about ever and never, okay? So we had, have you ever written a song? I have never written a song. So we use in yes no question. So which one we used in yes no questions? Ever. So we use ever in yes no questions. Okay, and we use in affirmative sentences with a negative meaning. That's very important as well. Never. Okay, ever lo ocupamos en las preguntas de sí o no, y never en afirmaciones, pero que tienen una connotación, un significado negativo, because never means not in your life. Okay, now in the second thing, we needed to choose the correct alternatives to complete the definitions of these 2 tenses. Okay, aquí estábamos las definiciones o cómo reconocer cada tiempo verbal, pasado simple o presente perfecto, y tiene que completar la opción correcta. Okay, aquí decimos, I've slept in a tent. I slept in a tent last June. Okay, we use the for past actions with a specific time reference. Again, if we know when it happened, it is simple past or past simple. Okay, now we use the for the past actions with no time reference. When we don't know when something happened, we use present perfect. Okay, so this first one was simple past, and the second one was present perfect. Okay, that's it for this feedback. If you have any doubts, please write us an email. Miss Anita and I will answer you as soon as we can and clear all of your doubts. So I hope you have a very good week, and see you when I see you again. Bye.